Normally it's the artist who would talk now, not the model, but the artist is not here today. And I feel I have to say something. Normally when I'm posing, I don't like to speak so much about myself. I'm offering my body, not my personality. But there are some artists who really like to talk while they're working. They would ask me questions about my childhood, about the country where I grew up, what brought me here in Switzerland, and also what I feel and how, what I think about the war. And I think those sessions should be charged double. I would like that theater in Bern would call me and ask to share my vivid stories on the stage, but it's not the case. Often it's in a Langasse studio apartment. I'm in some strange pose, telling my story, my drama, so that that artist would put that story on his piece of paper, and after he would sign it, Heinz something 2020. But that's my story, and I would like to be the owner of that story. I got into the modeling by accident, so to say, from the street. I was 24 years old, and I was working as a cleaner in a hotel. And in evenings, I was doing my theater projects, also in the weekends sometimes. And one day, I was walking down the street, and a young man, as he would step out from a Michelangelo painting with muscles everywhere, curly hair, he approached me. And it turned out that Jonathan, his name, he was a nude model, and he would work for drawing sessions. And in that day, he would by accident booked himself for 2 events at the same time. So he was searching for a substitute for one of his jobs that would start in 35 minutes. Come, don't be shy. I was just quickly telling about how I started to be a model. And I asked him, but why did you ask me? Why exactly me? I imagined that must be because of my hat. Because at that time I tried really hard to look a bit more artistic so I could stand out from my fellow cleaners. But he said, no, actually I asked you because your body is not too sexy, and also it's not out of normality, and you have a red hair and you're a foreigner. I would get for that job 500 Danish crown. As a cleaner, I got 120 per hour, and for my theater jobs I would get nothing. So I asked him, well, how does that work? What should I do? And he said, it's very easy. You go there and there will be like a little podium, and that is going to be your stage. Then you undress, don't be shy, it's totally normal. And then you go on that podium and you start with a natural posture, something, you know, that people can learn and measure your body. And then you fix your gaze somewhere far away, because, you know, direct eye contact might confuse some people, especially young art students. And after 2 minutes, the alarm will ring and you change the position, and then you do something more impressive, something where you can show your flexibility and strength. But remember, you have to keep the position. Don't give up, and also make sure that everyone has a good view. That was a bit stressful the first time. Hi.
Hi.
Don't be shy, don't be silent. It was a bit stressful for the first time, and I was also a little bit shy. But with the time, I actually learned which positions people really like to draw. I'm doing this job for many years. And it's the first job you can get as a foreigner because no language skills are needed. And it's really a nice way to start. People are really friendly. It's a community you get when you arrive in a new city. And also, you know, you get so many compliments for your job. I have never get so many compliments for what I do in that work when I do as a model. And also you get snacks and wine after the session sometimes. But I must say it's also a hard job because you actually really have to keep the position. And especially for the sculptures. For the sculptures, you have the same position and you stay still in that one position for many hours, sometimes for weeks or several days in a row. And if you are lying, you are lucky. But think of the sculptures, rarely is the case. I'm in the small village in the mountains, in Pecha. I'm posing for a beginner's course. I can tell from their body movement that they are beginners, not amateurs. I can see that their movement is a bit awkward. They keep stumbling over that working stative. Also, their tools are falling down from their hands. The beginner's gaze towards my naked body is full with a horror. Oh my God. Where does that leg come from? Where is this arm going? Why is this angle is so anatomically not logical? Is this normal? They keep coming close to me and dozens of times they measure the distance between my elbow and my shoulder and my, the shoulder blade. The distance between the toe and my head. The distance between my eye and my nose. They measure my spine. And then they come close to me and they wave their tools along my body and they do it very quickly because they're a little bit embarrassed to be so close to me. And then they whisper under their nose, 88, 20, 20, 60. And I listen, I breathe and I learn numbers in German. 6 und 20, 23, Entschuldigung, ja, ich bin schnell, ja, ja, kann ich? Oh, sorry. Ja, 2, oder? No, 24. Oh, genau, ja, das ist. I'm used to have people so close to my body, but I must say, if I could choose, if someone would ask me, I wouldn't like that they come closer than a hand reach. I sweat a lot. And for me to reveal my smell feels much more intimate than to reveal my nudity. Even though I must say in the last day of the workshop, in the last hour, they are very busy. They don't come anymore so close to me. They even don't look at me. They always look at the almost finished sculpture, their almost new artwork. They're so happy for what they have created that they don't need me anymore. And I can relax. Then I go and look what they have done. And I can tell when I look at the sculptures, if I recognize myself, I'm really happy. It's nice to stay in the archive. But sometimes sculptures are shaped in the forms of snakes, elves, angels. And I really ask myself, where does that come from? Is this something about me? Or is it their vision? It's like their fantasies that they're putting on my body. Or are they actually getting inspired from the material they're working with? if I could talk to this piece of wood, I would really ask, how do you feel as a piece of wood to be shaped in a human body? Or you, how do you feel as piece of wood to be represented as a tree, a Christmas tree? You know, I didn't like to be a snake, I don't know why. And you, did it hurt when the artist came very close to you with his sharp knife? How long time did it took for you to heal? And you, do you feel honored to become an artwork and even to be in the Art Brut Museum in Lausanne? All of you, when you are shaped like this, do you feel you are still owners of your own story?